So, sorry about that. Here's the show that I'm level 32, and welcome back to Ys Origin. Level 32, going into this boss, and I've had a bit of a couple problems doing these couple episodes. Last episode, there was audio issues where the audio was behind the video, but it wasn't in when I was editing it. So, but yeah, welcome back to Ys Origin Yunica playthrough with me, Zarlin, and here is Conitsklard. I don't know how to say his name, but Blue Lotus is going to tell you how to face him. Here we go!
This boss's weak point is on top of his head and can only be attacked after you destroy the eyes that pop out of the ground. While the boss is protecting itself, it will use many different attacks that give this boss a bullet hell kind of feel. Most of these attacks can be destroyed by using your abilities, but it is usually best to save your MP for attacking the eyes on the ground. If an eye is not destroyed within a certain amount of time, it will start healing the boss, so it is important to kill the eyes as fast as possible. The more times you damage the boss, the more eyes will appear when it protects its weak point again. This boss can be extremely easy or impossibly hard depending on how well you can dodge the boss's attacks and keep up with the damage before the boss regains too much health.
Thank you for that, Blue Lotus. I could go into more detail of each single ability, which I did a bit in my Hugo playthrough, but that takes way too much time. I mean, it's really, yeah. It's, I don't know exactly how to put this. Each ability, most of his attacks are quite similar. They're, like I said, it makes it feel like a bullet hell kind of game. And, you just have to watch which one is, there was one that was regenerating the boss's health in that last group of eyes towards the end there. It was the far right one. If you didn't notice, it had a blue, you can see when it has a blue stream going from the eye on the ground to the eye on top of the boss's head. So yeah. But, I was pretty over-leveled for this, and so I could just face tank most of the abilities, and so it wasn't that bad. But if you don't know what you're doing and you're under-leveled for this boss could be extremely hard, just not knowing what abilities do what and how to dodge most of them. But usually jumping and moving are very good ways to start out dodging things. But the other knights have, you know, just caught up to us when, you know, right after we fought a boss. Couldn't have helped me with that or anything, you know. So, yeah. So, not much else to say. I'm just gonna keep saying so. So. The knights are gonna keep moving up the tower. Sup, Roy? Is something wrong? So yeah. Gonna keep saying so. It's one of my bad words that I repeat a lot. Roy is kind of like our M. Actually, he's more of our Epona, if you watched my Hugo playthrough. They kind of allude to him and Yunica being more than just friends. But, yeah. So, we re-equipped the silver chimes because we're going to need those, and there's no more slippery areas here. In fact, I don't believe there's not really any more slippery areas until we fight a boss later on, but it's not really that important. And we're gonna just kill this guy here. And these are these mini praying mantis-like things, demons. We'll be seeing them a bit. They actually play an integral part in the final boss of this area, not the final boss of the game. But this is basically a timing kind of puzzle kind of thing. Timing platforms. You don't want to get hit by these spikes because they will hurt you. Even if I were to run into those spikes that aren't moving, they would hurt me. They don't hurt the demons, because demons are jerks. See, got hurt. But, as I expected, right now I'm noticing, of course, each demon has their own, like, specific weakness and such. So, this ability won't be as overpowering as I feel the mines were with Hugo. But they're most likely what I'm going to be using the most of. Even though the sword is a bit slower, it does do a bit more damage with each swing than the axe does. And as long as you're not like getting and even if you're getting overwhelmed, you can easily back them off with your flame ability. Because the flame ability does have a knockback portion to it. So, this is basically going to be my go-to weapon right now. And I love that charge, the Phoenix charge part. We met these guys in Guilty Fire before, and they'll charge at you and they'll slam the ground, and they're really defensive. And they're kind of slow, but they can also jump around a bit. Nope, hit this button, cause the floor to drop out, and we're on our way now. Took forever to get through that, but that's dropping down here because we need to get something from down here. Imagine that. We've got our glowy little mantis friends. And we're gonna just kill them. But since they're glowy, they take less damage. Usually what happens when you glow red, you take less damage for whatever reason. Make sure you pick up all the SP, because that's freaking important. And because of all the technical issues I had, this was supposed to be Friday's episode, and I was originally going to put it up with Thursday's episode up on Friday, but a lot of different things happened, and so I'm not exactly 100% on what happens this episode. I know we get to a checkpoint, and eventually I just end up, like, rushing there. But, and this episode's gonna be a little bit over 20 minutes. Kind of, saying, hey, sorry about not having an episode last Friday. Well, not having an episode last Thursday. But, it's basically, we're getting kind of close towards the end. We've got, once we finish Blighted Blood, which is the area we're in now, there's technically 2 more areas, but they kind of, there's Demonic Core in the Hall of Reflection, but the Hall of Reflection is like in the middle of Demonic Core. You go through like half of Demonic Core, then go through the Hall of Reflection, and then back into the Demonic Core. So, I kind of consider the Hall of Reflection part of Demonic Core, but whatever. I think it's called the Hall of Reflection. Hall of Mirrors, something like that. But, timed jumping puzzle. It's not really much of one, but it is. But, you know. Make sure the gate is going down when you first jump, when you jump up towards it. and you should be just fine. Most of this stuff isn't, you know, most of this jump, you don't really find hard jumping puzzles. Like, the hardest jumping stuff is going to be when we run into the falling platforms, which we will see this episode. They're not exactly that hard to deal with, but they can catch you off guard if you don't know that it's gonna happen. Of course, if you're not playing a normal and you're playing in one of the lower difficulties, the falling platforms don't even fall. Normal is the first difficulty that they do fall in. Received battle armor. At least, as I remember, that's the way it happens. I could be completely 100% wrong with that, but I'm pretty sure that's what happens. So, equipping new battle armor. And now we meet our anglerfish enemies. They will shoot balls of lightning that will kind of track you. I was looking at what level I was, but I was too busy explaining about the anglerfish enemies that I didn't even look at the level that I was. And, yeah, if you run into the anglerfish's angler thing, it will damage you. So try not to go face first into him. It's a lot harder with Yunica because she is, of course, a melee character, unlike Hugo. These flowers can be freaking annoying. But as long as you're hitting them with anything with some sort of knockback, like your sword or the flammability, they won't use their attacks while you're hitting them. And I'm just kind of like, I kind of forgot this area when I was first going, and so I was trying to get my bearings. I knew where a lot of stuff was. Like, I know there's not exactly a secret, but a special area. There's a dead end area down to the right, and technically I mess up with the jumping puzzle. Even though I just said it's not that hard, I messed up while I was recording because a couple of frames dropped, but I'm not gonna blame that. I made a mistake and blah 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 blah. But anyways, we come here and I'm just trying to bypass a lot of this stuff, and then I'm like, oh, but I need the SP and I need the XP, and I don't really need the XP. I'm kind of over leveled for this at this point. You should be around level 50-ish, if I remember correctly, for the final boss. But I could be completely wrong. Stupid anglerfish things. And I'm just fighting everything in my path, because why not? Why not waste my viewers' time? Because I'm horrible at this. So, onwards we go. Killing the flower. This is, of course, as I said, this area is a dead end. But we will be, oh, I leveled up again. I think that's 35. I'm not 100%. You start getting a lot more XP every time you enter a new area. And I'm just kind of face-tanking this red water, even though it hurts you, because I've got so many good defensive stats that doesn't really matter. But if we come up here, there is a topaz! Yeah! Topaz! And, yeah, basically what happens, we'll see it actually in a little bit. Am I gonna run past enemies now? No, doesn't look like it. Nope. Just kinda grinding. while on camera. Oh, now I'm running past enemies. I'm not sure what happens if you fall down this area. I've never done it. But it'll probably take you back to that dead-end area. We can't go that way, because I forgot we can't go that way, because we don't have the key. But what we can do is we can go this way. If you fall down here, I know for a fact that you go down into that pit area, and oh, that's what happened. I hit right, or, you know, I hit whatever direction, and just missed my jump because I had the wrong trajectory. And here I'm finding out that freaking spin to win it doesn't do as much damage against the plant people as the flame ability does, but it hurts the anglerfish quite well. And it helps with platforming. And I actually made it this time. And I know that it hurts the anglerfish things. So... But the flame ability hurts them better. Lols. Anyways. It can be quite, there's a lot of bright flashing light attacks in this area. And, so yeah. That last boss, you know, made it feel like a bullet hell. And you won't really feel that way again until the final boss. Oop. Spawn right next to the chest. Must get my SPs. And there's the crimson key that we needed. Yeah! Be really careful not to fall in. Of course, if you're going this way, then it doesn't really matter, because it won't backtrack you that much. Plant. And open the door. And we're getting really close to the, I realized that I was farther away than I thought I would be, but, when I was running past enemies because I wanted to run directly to the save point, but I realized that we have an entire screen for... Like, we've got 2 more screens before the save point area. I want to get those so bad, but I can't. So yeah, moving onwards and upwards. I'm pretty sure that, I'm not 100% with these mage guys, but there are enemies in the next screen that you need the silver chimes for. That's why I hooked them back up. Hooked that back up. By the sound they make, they sound like they're silver chime enemies, but I'm not 100%. And these guys will, they'll start spitting their staff, and then they'll put bombs in the path that they think you're going to take. Oh, and I forgot about this screen as well. Gosh, all these screens I'm forgetting about. I call them screens just because, I'm kind of conditioned that way since the NES days. But I'm gonna run past most of these enemies, because I actually know where I am now. But yeah, we're running into enemies that need the silver charms. Silver chimes. Blah, 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 blah. Have to be really careful not to get hit by too many attacks, or I could just face tank all of them. But yeah, those bombs can hurt a lot. A lot. But we finally got to the save point. Yeah! So, next we're going to go to the next room, which won't have a mini-boss, but it'll have a lot of story. And I'm upgrading stuff. I forgot what I upgraded. I don't think I upgraded much. Oh yeah, the hasten thing. Anyways, I will see you guys next time. Bye.